What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So I want to talk a little bit about Social Security again, the problems that Social Security is having, because this is something we need to keep going. We need to keep talking about this. Next week, December 16th, that's when we're looking at a potential increase when it comes to Social Security. Now, this is for the overall budget, okay? This is for their operating costs. And it's very important that they're able to operate because when you call them, you're hoping that you can get someone on the line. You don't have to wait 30 minutes. The average time right now is 30 minutes. That's how long you'll be waiting. And you could experience some drop calls and things like that. So you can get on the phone, be on there for 25 minutes, and then get dropped and then have to get back on and be on for another 25 minutes. I continue to look at the comments, and people who are watching my videos are letting me know that they're waiting for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour just to get someone on the phone so they can talk with them. Let alone when you file a claim, the problem with filing a claim, if you have a disability claim to file, you could be waiting for 6 months to a year before you get a response. And so very, very unacceptable numbers. And right now, next week, Congress has an opportunity to move forward and increase the budget, but we'll have to see if they do that. Okay, so we're going to follow this story, and that's the reason why I'm doing multiple videos on this topic, because this is right around the corner. This is next week. Congress has an opportunity to increase the funding when it comes to Social Security. So I want to get back to this, but first off, before we do, if you guys can do me a favor, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell notification, and then click all. By clicking all, you'll get notified anytime I post a video. We do daily videos over here, so by clicking the bell notification and clicking all, you should be getting updated every day. Okay, so I want to go back. I actually showed you this article a couple of days ago, but I didn't tell you where it was coming from. This is the Washington Post. So if you want to take a look at this article, and I'll show you the title, it has some really good information on here just about the struggle that we're seeing, the struggles that we're seeing when it comes to Social Security. And so here's a title here: Social Security offices critical to disability benefits hit breaking point. And so one thing I want to show you, and they're talking about the different stories that people have when it comes to their issues with Social Security and customer service and wait times. And there's a lady on here that is living out of her car. Both her and her husband are living out of their car because they're waiting on the SSDI benefits to find out if they qualify or if they don't. And so they want to know so they can move forward. But what I want to show you guys is this map, and we'll go over this in a second. But the map, for whatever reason, doesn't show you the actual wait times. And so that's why I want to come down here. And this is the video. This is the lady that's living out of her car because she's waiting to try to find out. And this is in Tennessee. She's waiting to find out if she gets approved if she can get approved for SSDI. So moving down here, I just want to take a look at this first. And I showed you guys this a couple of days ago. Now, what this is the wait times back in 2019. So that's what this is, 77 days. Now, in 2022, the current wait time is 225 days. Now, what I want you to focus on is the percentage increase. Okay, so the percentage increase is plus 191%. Okay, so almost 200% increase. And so as we look at the map, just look at the percentages, and that'll help you out when it comes to, okay, is the state doing better than other states, or is this state one of the worst when it comes to the time period that you have to wait? The only thing is, on the map, they're not showing you the actual time back in 2019. They're not showing you how many days in 2019, and then they're not showing you the difference in days between 2019 and 2022. They're just showing you the percentage. So let's go up, because I did have people ask me, well, what about my state? Do you know anything about my state? And so we'll briefly look over some of these states. Now, understand, this is a Washington Post article. You can go over to the Washington Post and find this article. Now, I believe you have to be subscribed. You have to have a subscription. I have a subscription, so I don't know how much it costs. But if I'm showing you it on here, so you'll be able to see it. You can get an idea. But if you did want to go over to the Washington Post, you might have to be subscribed in order to see the same information that I'm looking at here. Okay, so as you see, the darker blue, those are the longer wait times. The lighter blue, those are the shorter wait times. Okay, so just looking, and we'll just kind of briefly go over some of these. California's plus 87%. If we go to New York, that's plus 110%. So believe it or not, these states are doing much better than if we're looking at the states where you have the longest wait times. It's going to be Arizona, Idaho, Texas, Mississippi, Alabama, plus 173, Alabama, Florida, plus 191. And you have a lot of people who move to Florida to retire. And so you have a lot of people receiving Social Security benefits that are in Florida. And maybe that's the reason why they're at the top of the list. I think they're actually number one when it comes to the wait times. Wisconsin, plus 152. And then you have some states that are doing really well. I won't say really well, but they're compared to all the other states. You have North Carolina, plus 38. South Dakota, plus 38 as well. Pennsylvania's doing relatively well, plus 62. Utah, plus 68. So on average, when we're looking at this, the wait times, I believe I won't even say on average, but you're probably going to be waiting at least 3 to 5 months in order to get that first response. And then in some states, you could be waiting up to a year. Some of these states here that are in dark blue, you could be waiting up to a year just to get a response. And so obviously this is unacceptable. And when it comes to the budget next week, when it comes to them voting, if they're going to do a continued resolution and just move forward with the previous budget, then that means no increase for Social Security. So basically, if they don't vote on a bill to increase the budget, then they're going to do a continued resolution, which is probably what they're going to do. That's likely, very likely. And that continued resolution is just going to say, you know what, the money that we spent in 2022, we're going to keep that same budget. We're not going to make any changes. And so that is not good for Social Security, because I just showed you all these states. Pretty much every state in the union is having an issue when it comes to the long wait times, and it's not getting any better. It's actually getting a lot worse. And so we're just going to have to follow the story and see where it goes. But when it comes down to it, you need to pay attention to this, because this is stuff that you need to bring to your congressperson and tell them, look, this is unacceptable. I shouldn't be in a situation where I'm calling the Social Security Administration and waiting 30 minutes just to get someone on the phone, or sending out my application and waiting for 6 months to a year in order to get a response. Most politicians will come back to you on this issue, because this is something that is crucial. Social Security is one of those programs that you'll have both sides, Democrats and Republicans, will at least listen to what you have to say. They might not be aggressively moving forward to try to remedy the situation, but they're at least going to hear you out, because they know when it comes down to it, Social Security is one of those programs that 70 million people are on that could really drastically affect their reelection prospects. So that's one thing. Anytime you talk about Social Security, even if you have politicians who are against moving, like advancing Social Security, or they want to do away with Social Security, most of the politicians, they want to keep it quiet. If they want to do away with Social Security, they want to keep it quiet. And one strategy could be, you know what, we just won't fund it. If we don't fund it, it'll go away. And if it goes away, then if we have more problems like this, then we can say, you know what, the program is broken and we're going to have to dismantle it and do something else. That's basically could be the strategy. I won't say it is the strategy, but it could be the strategy of some politicians. So I would get out there if I were you and contact your congressperson. In the description of this video, there's a switchboard number. You call that switchboard number, let them know who your representative is, and you can reach out to them. You can let them know who your senators are. You can reach out to them as well. Give them a call and tell them, hey, I was on the phone for 30 minutes, an hour, or I haven't received any any information back from a disability claim that I filed 6 months ago. And the more people that are calling them with these same issues, they're going to have to do something. And even if we don't see it in the budget, even if we don't see them increase the budget for Social Security on December 16th, in the future, we could see some type of an increase so Social Security can run more appropriately. And so that's all I have for you guys, but I want to know what you guys think about this, so let me know down below. Just wanted to do a quick little video. Hopefully you guys are having a good weekend, and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.